We are live. What's going on,
What's
Facebook,
up?
H-Town, YouTube?
Hey.
Yo, my thumb came off, bro.
Give me that thumb, bro.
Wow,
Welcome
you're
to
actually
another
really good at that.
episode of Sound Bites HTX. It's your boy Manny. We are quarantine ready, along with our other co-hosts. Let's let them introduce themselves. I'm gonna take this thing off. It was cool. I can't breathe
Yeah.
anymore.
Can't breathe. You sound muffled.
It muffles. Yeah, it muffles the sound.
Yeah, muffles up a little bit.
Ms. Lindsay, did you introduce yourself?
I didn't. I did not. I sure didn't. Lindsay from taking a break from the West End of Public House.
It sounds like a giant game of Guess Who.
taking a forced break.
And Marco taking a break from Walker.
And,
Which I saw the truck today.
Oh,
I feel like
I was at the
Yeah,
timer.
I feel like
Yeah,
we ought to
I was
do
right.
a video like what was that dang TV show in the 70s with the family?
That's
That's
Brady
the
Bunch.
show?
That's also a thing.
That's the Partridge Family
Yeah.
or
The Brady,
Brady
Bunch.
Bunch.
the Brady Bunch.
Like
That's
everyone
right.
say Adam's family. Wrong family,
Dun, dun,
Lindsay.
dun, dun.
Yeah, you know what it was like?
It's like a giant game. Remember that game, Guess Who?
Yeah.
Does he
Does it
have
look like a
dreadlocks?
bit?
It's Marco.
Polo.
Well, H-Town, man, it's another week. It is Tuesday. We are live today with our two special guests, Salzo. He is a
What's up?
Houston socialite. He is a reporter at HUR, Houston Underground Reporting.
Yeah,
Reports?
Houston undercover reporter, man.
Undercover reporter. He's
Last
also
piece of
the
delivery.
owner
Or
of
underground.
Hot Rods. Is it Hot Rod? What is it? Hot Rods?
Hot
Pops?
Rod Pops.
Hot
Yeah,
Rod
that's
Pop.
that popsicle business. It was supposed to kick off this year, but case of that Rona.
Rona.
Nobody do nothing, man.
Corona.
Got us on lockdown. And of course, we have Matt from
Mushi Macarito.
there he is. And man, you know what? These two have been fan favorites. Man, you guys got us some of our biggest ratings
What?
this last year. So we wanted to bring you guys
Awesome.
back up, see how you guys were doing.
Thanks,
Uh,
man. Appreciate
It is,
this.
it's
Thank
been
you.
tough
I
on
always have a
everyone.
good time talking to y'all.
Yeah, man, it's always a good time. It's always a good time. Good vibes.
Yes.
Good
Hey,
vibes.
they're bored at the house right now.
You, where you at right now, Matt?
I'm in the Heights, right behind Restaurant Depot. I'm at home.
You at home?
Oh, sweet.
Yeah, Pratt actually went out to work. The melt on the wheels. So I probably had to move my car in a little bit. We got our food truck parked like right in the back. Oh, you can't see it. It's too dark. Shit.
Oh, damn.
Yeah, but I took a week break so far. We were working and not working, but I'm getting time to get back to work tomorrow.
Yeah, I hear you, man.
I can't do this no longer. I mean, I had a week off with my son, so it was perfect. But the bank is too low right now.
Yeah, man. It's getting scary.
And,
Yeah, it's starting to get a little hairy.
A little scary
yeah,
out
I
there, man.
mean, applying for
And
these loans is not very assuring right now.
That's why we wanted to bring you guys on, get you guys input and perspective and view how you guys have been dealing with this and what you guys have been doing to stay busy and what your thoughts were on this whole COVID-19.
COVID-19, man. I'll tell you.
Hey, have you been going out at all, Salzo?
Nah, man. I was earlier, and then it got a little serious. As soon as a friend of a friend gets it, that means it's just a matter of time before one of your friends gets it. Then when one of your friends gets it, that means you're gonna get it. So if it's a friend of a friend of a friend, you're all right. But once those cases start coming closer to someone it's time to call it quits, man. So, I mean, we've been going to the grocery store, but that's about it. I went to Home Depot today, and there was a line outside, which I wasn't expecting it from there because you got a lot of space at Home Depot. But, yeah, basically just laying down watching TV, man. It's killer. It sucks.
Yeah.
Mhm.
I had to buy some video games.
Was that?
If you need to
Animal
get
Crossing.
some stuff from Home Depot, that happened to me. Lowe's don't give a fuck. They're just letting people in.
Oh, shit. Okay.
Well, I mean, it's part of Walmart.
That's
I
what's
mean,
up.
You know,
Is it really? I
probably,
didn't know that.
Yeah.
yeah, they're like we're part of Walmart, but yeah. I went to Home Depot and that line looked long. Those tents set up all
Yeah,
the way.
they have the tents outside.
And I called mom.
What's everyone buying?
Go to Lowe's. They don't care.
What is
He's right.
everyone buying?
The what?
Just construction shit, you know.
Oh yeah,
Oh,
that's
no.
still that
Well-
industry popping right now.
Hey,
Man.
babe.
Well, people got
Yeah.
time to do the home projects, so they'll go buy paint and small
Oh,
repair
that's
stuff,
what I've been doing.
Yeah, it's
that's-
true.
lawn
Soil.
stuff.
I painted the
we're
garage.
painting a room, one of our little guest rooms. We just started painting it today. We're gonna do something cool with a pattern. I'm gonna do a little video tomorrow. Show a little, just
Hey,
show
babe,
some
will you
little
grab me a toy?
artistic stuff, like an accent wall. But yeah, I mean, it was a good last 2 weeks. I was trying to get bars and restaurants to do repairs while they were closed.
Yep.
So 2 weeks ago, maybe even 3, I could do little repair things at the bar and restaurant. But now it's like, if this keeps going, you don't even know if you're going to be open anymore. So now I'm not getting any work, It's been a little scary too, but it's all right. I've been through this in Enron. I had like $20 to my name. That's it. So me and Danielle, we just kind of had to. I mean,
That's
it's
$20
a little scary, dude, but
Yeah.
yeah, you'll be fine. It'll be all right,
Hey, Salvo, I be noticing, man, you be picking all those stocks. How's that been working out for you?
Oh yeah, dude. So I was kind of dabbling in the stocks, man. I turned 2 into like, what do I have right now? 600, and then I went ahead and bought stocks in like Royal Caribbean, like the boat stuff, casinos, and like Halliburton. Anything that the oil business went down, I'm just buying it cheap, and then I'm gonna wait for it. I was doing the kind of everyday thing, but then I cut it out because I don't have any more conspiracies to follow. So yeah, I went based off conspiracy.
Oh no!
It doesn't matter.
That's
If it's
behind
true or
us. They're
not.
watching.
It just matters how
Hey.
people react to it. You know what I mean? Oh, what happened?
You got cut out.
Nothing.
Oh, no.
You're fine.
So regardless
FBI
if
is
the company
seeing you.
is legit or not, how are people going to react to it and throw their money at it? So you have to be kind of ahead of the curve and then just buy those stocks, and then everyone follows, and then you cash out and then go buy something else. But I just went the long-term ones right now, which is, like I said, cruise liners. You might want to look at hotels, anything Vegas, Disney. Disneyland, they're not doing good, but they're always killing it. Like everyone takes their kids to Disney,
Yeah.
So start
Disney will
putting your
never
money
die.
there and just wait, because they'll
Yeah.
never let that go down. And then also like Boeing, like airplane stuff, no matter what, like I think there's 2 manufacturers of airplanes in America, which is Airbus and Boeing. That's what I heard. I mean, I don't know. But if one goes under, the other has a monopoly, and the government damn sure will never let that happen. You see what I'm saying? So either one you pick, it should be a safe bet, in my opinion. But I'm not like a professional stock trader. It's just kind of
Slow down. I'm adding them to my stock list. Hold on.
But, yeah. Also, I wanted to look up like the Italian companies.
All of a
like
sudden, none of
wine
it's
and
worth
cheese,
anything. You gave it
because
away.
we went to HEB and they're out of Parmesan because it comes from Italy. So one thing, if you can find something that's like 5 cents or $1, and you know that they consistently been at 6 or 7, buy that shit, man, and just wait, because Italy will have to bounce back eventually. And you can't make Parmesan anywhere besides those caves in Parmesan. Champagne comes from Champagne. Burgundy comes from Burgundy. Like that shit will never go anywhere. So if you can get it cheap, then you're good. Also, the Chinese, man. The Chinese, bro. Imagine like it all came from there. Everything's starting to crash. They're gonna buy everything at rock bottom prices. So in this future coming up, they're gonna own a fuck ton of our companies.
Hey, well, we're talking about Chinese.
Yeah.
How much conspiracy theories behind all this, Matt?
Oh, that's a
what are your
ton.
thoughts on that? You got any conspiracy theories on all that's going on right now, Matthew?
I don't know. I really don't think it came from a damn bat in China. I
Man.
mean, it hasn't been found in the bat, okay? That's what they keep saying. But I read, I'm pretty sure everyone read, it was USA made, and it was dropped off there, and they lost, it got out of hand, and,
What
that's
about,
I believe it.
What about the
I
connection?
like,
What about the connection? What about the connection to the 5G?
that was just ridiculous. I read it and I thought about it. I mean, no fucking way. No.
Yeah, I don't know about all that, man.
The one that I believe was just made. It was a man-made virus. I mean, I don't know.
Yeah, some doctors are saying that. The thing was, if it was USA made, it's not benefiting us at all. We're kind of losing. We're losing a lot, dude.
But they told people they didn't have to wear this. Okay.
Yeah, what kind of shit is that?
No, people still. I just wore this to meet one of my guys. He's like, "Is it safe to get in the car? Why do you have a mask on?" I get that all the time. They're
Is that
like,
your drug dealer?
Wow.
You meet a guy in the park?
Huh?
You
Is
said
that your drug dealer?
who are you meeting in the park?
Don't worry about it.
Ah.
I had to do some deliveries.
Bro, you wear that mask, bro.
I-
Hey, Marco, how hard is it to put a mask on?
Me?
Yeah. If you use
Check
the
it out.
one Matt has, they seem easy, but I know you got all them dreadlocks.
He just like
man.
he just pulls his
I
hair in
imagine
front
it's
of
a
his
little-
I just
face.
make
No.
a scarf
Yeah.
around
You
my
get the
face.
ear ones.
Matt, do you have a lighter?
Oh!
Huh?
Do you have a
Oh,
lighter on
yeah.
you, Matt?
Sick.
Yeah. In my car.
Oh, in your car? I was
You
gonna
saw that
have you.
test, right?
I was gonna have you test it.
No, it works.
Oh, okay.
All those test kits. Anyone here got tested yet?
Yeah, if you can blow the lighter out through the mask, it's no good.
Yeah, that's what I hear, man. Crazy stuff.
Oh.
What about you, Lindsay? Any crazy shenanigans?
I've actually been playing it kind of low, just like taking and enjoying
Uh-oh.
some time off, resting, relaxing. But of course, I'm starting to get antsy, so now I'm working on a party, a giant, big, fun party for like everybody in Houston.
Oh shit.
It's a good one. It's a good one.
Hey,
So,
can
like-
y'all hear?
Yeah.
Yeah.
Oh man, I can't hear. I can't hear her. How do I hear her? Oh, something like that.
Can everybody else hear me?
Oh,
Yeah,
we
I can hear you.
okay, cool.
Can you hear us?
Yeah, I can hear you guys.
I can hear
It's
all
fine.
y'all, but I can't hear Lindsay for some reason. What is
I
going
hear
on?
her.
It's a conspiracy.
They heard you say conspiracy, so so they took that.
Good.
Oh,
It's
that's a good mask, bro.
Oh, you're
Yeah,
gonna die.
but
Oh, I shouldn't say things
you
like
gotta
that.
have to double it up.
That's what's up.
Oh, there
Hey,
go.
you know what? Though, on a serious note, we can talk about all the different conspiracies and where it started from, if it's a real virus or not. And if it was man-made, if it was from a bat or whatever. But at the end of the day, man, the effect that it's having on everyone is
Yes.
absolutely real. It's
That
shut
is real.
down. It shut down the world.
The world.
The
In the
world.
world, bro. We're in
Except
the
for
midst.
Mexico.
You know what? Have they had any reports? I know about a week ago they didn't have any.
I heard
Man,
they don't
the-
have test kits. That's why.
Bro, the
You know what? That's a good
president of
point.
Mexico was saying to hug everybody and don't
Yeah,
let
the
them down. You
So the
you saw that,
president of
Marco?
Mexico is saying, just go out, support the businesses, don't worry about it.
Yeah.
The people are scared because they're seeing the news, but the president's like out eating at a restaurant, giving announcements like, "Hey, don't worry about this." I think we locked
Hey,
those,
but I
those
went to
Americans built the
military
wall.
the
We're
other
gonna keep them away. We're gonna keep them up there,
day.
and
What about
I'm not gonna get it.
like Hawaii?
That's
They
another.
got some cases.
Y'all seen those
They got some
pinatas?
cases.
Those,
Yeah. What about these like
Oh yeah,
islands?
Those Mexican pinatas, they're green
COVID.
with the Chinese man on it.
Oh, they got the Corona pinatas.
Yeah, that's just funny, dude.
Dude, you see the dishes they make out of like food? They make it. One looks like a virus, and that one looks like a face
What?
mask.
Oh,
Yeah,
nice.
it looks like this, and you can actually eat it. I'm like, what the fuck?
Hey, fuck it, man.
they locked down Hawaii.
What
So,
kind
Matt,
of what kind of COVID-19 specials y'all got in your food truck?
Your stay your ass home special.
Yeah. That safety first deal.
As far as what you're craving, we had last week we went out a little bit, but this week we're since everyone's saying that these next 2 weeks are going to be the peak, we decided just to lay low. It's not worth it.
Well, they say
Oh,
that
man.
they pushed it back. They pushed like
Yeah.
Houston's peak time
It's probably a
back
good
week.
idea.
So
Matt, you said you were going out tomorrow.
Yes, sir. I'm
Getting
gonna
back.
try
I'm
a
back.
spot where I make money, but I've been bringing my son with me, so he has his mask on. He's 7 years old last week, so that's why I decided to take a week off. But I decided to try this food truck park in City of Bel Air, which we had a great feedback. So that's why I was like, you know what? I just dropped my son off, and it's time to get back to work. But I just threw away 40 pounds of chicken.
Damn,
From not working. Yeah, from not
Yeah.
working.
Well, yeah.
40
yeah,
pounds of chicken, bro. Whoa.
40, a whole case.
Damn.
damn,
That's
Yeah.
that sucks, man.
My dumbass didn't freeze it. Well, it was frozen. And I defrosted it. And it was from that point I was like, you know what, we're gonna just choke this. It's not
Oh
worth
shit!
it.
What about you, Marco?
No work yet.
Dude,
I drove by your truck the other day. I
Caught
wanted
that
to snap
out.
it. It was at the cleaners.
I was I'm not even wearing pants right now, man. I'm just on like permanent vacation. For a while. I
That's
just
all we can.
Hold on.
My quarantine outfits are like
Oh,
equivalent
yeah.
of people have walked. Oh, we're taking our pants off now, are we?
Yeah, man, we got that paper, dog.
So, you got those.
No,
What
my-
for that, man?
You got that real stuff, huh?
What you
Hell
want
yeah,
that?
bro.
It's
I
not
bought
a
it,
paper towel
homeboy of
thing.
mine works at CBS, and then I bought a whole box. I went through the back door, and then I got hooked up, man. So
I'm gonna be honest with you. I like right when toilet paper was selling out, I was one of those people who hopped on bidets.
oh
So,
shit.
What?
I got a bidet really early on, and I've gone through like one roll for like 2 weeks.
Damn, that's
What?
badass. Do you just get one square and fold it up?
Cause
or
yeah,
you
because
just spot-
you get cleaned out, and you just got to dab and go.
That's the boot camp.
Damn, that's badass, bro. I want to get a
I'm
bidet
so
with the 3
envious of
seashells.
all of you right now.
I just jump
The
in the
one that
shower
needs the
afterwards.
toilet paper.
Yeah, fuck it. Why not, dude? Put that hot water on you.
Well,
That shit'll just kind of rinse out.
I got that nice one with the heater, the blower, the fucking heated water.
Damn, boy.
You need to
I was in
buy
Japan
stock
one time
in
and they
what
had
is
and
it?
they play this little music.
Bidets.
They also have these sick, like, you know those, what do you call the scales that you stand on to weigh yourself?
Yeah.
It's a scale with these fucking high-powered turbines blowing air up. It's amazing.
Where's this, in Japan?
Yeah, dude. Yeah, in Japan, in Tokyo. Yeah, dude.
So you
I
can
got
dry
sick
yourself?
over there. Matter of fact, 2 years ago, I got this weird cough, dude. Like, check this shit out, bro. No conspiracy neither. I'm just walking and I'm like, I got a little tickle in my throat. It always starts with like a little itch in your throat. I'm like, and then I start coughing. And when I'm exhaling, coughing, I can't breathe in. I'm like, I felt like I was choking. I'm like, and they're like, are you okay? I'm like, I can't fucking breathe. I can't breathe. So I had to stick my finger in the back of my throat and then I could breathe. Yeah, it was scary. So I went to the hotel and then like, I check in the mirror, open my mouth, and the uvula, that little ball, that swinging little ball.
In the back of your throat? Yeah.
Yeah. It swelled up so big and it turned clear. It looked like a flap, like a paddle, and it was blocking my damn, windpipe, bro. So I had to lay down and I could breathe like that. But I mean, if I started coughing, I can see how someone could die. But I don't know what that was. Probably like a Japanese flu or something.
When was this?
This was before
2018.
So you were the fucker that fucked Corona.
2 years.
I was
Was
way
that the
before
first? Was that the
Corona.
first case of coronavirus?
I don't know. It could be, bro. And people were
Delta
saying
virus?
cases like back in January,
Right.
because this started in China in November. We got a really nasty flu in January, and we went and got tested, and it was influenza B. But you never know, man. I ain't never been sick like that before. But I didn't get any upper respiratory kind of symptoms. But it was just a really fucked up flu, bro. Like where you're like, you can't help but like moan and shit.
Has
Your
anyone
whole body
has anyone ever been sick like that before with a real bad flu or influenza? Marco, Lindsay, Matt. I've never been sick like that. The sickest I got was
My symptoms are
diarrhea.
like 48 hours and done. Like I'll get sick for like 2 days and I'm good.
I see it
That's
for
it.
12 hours.
Sweat it out.
Whoa.
Matt,
But I
what did
don't
you
take
say?
medicine either.
Very,
Matt, what did you say?
I only get sick for 12 hours, maybe 24 tops. My
Okay.
immune system's pretty dope. I don't know how.
Damn, badass.
Yeah, the only time I got sick was when I was like maybe 15 years old. I remember just laying there, and feeling like I was dying on my living room on like 2 little square couch things, just like in the blanket. But they're like, you're not supposed to cover yourself, but you're like cold,
Oh, really?
you're sweating. That was the
Hey,
worst.
did they
but-
scratch you with that coin?
Oh yeah.
Dude,
My
that's
sister,
crazy,
my
bro.
sister does all that right now. Her immune system is opposite of mine. So I told her to smoke more marijuana. I mean, it helps you.
Hey, that's just good, bro.
I'm serious.
It's so talking about that. You think that what do you think of the ramifications of smoking marijuana during all this is?
Oh.
Because it affects your respiratory, right?
Yeah, I have one. Oops, I don't know.
Doesn't matter.
Look, one time in Harlingen, I used to live in the valley, and I had a really bad sore throat and cough. And my buddy Min, some Asian guy, he's like, "Here, smoke this." I'm like, "Oh, I'm already fucked up." I smoked it, and miraculously, like, all the pain went away. It was freaking insane, because you want to do the opposite. Why would you throw smoke in there?
Yeah,
But
right.
it alleviated all the symptoms. It was
The
amazing.
symptoms.
Dude. Yeah, it was amazing, dude. As far as the cough and like the, like a razor blade feeling in your throat, that shit it was gone, bro. It was gone.
Oh.
Yeah.
And how much psychological effect has this had on everyone? Like, for instance, like if I start coughing, the first thing if I cough, the first thing I do is I get up and I fucking get a thermometer and I start checking my temperature. So, do you think we can make ourselves sick?
Man, I don't know. What do you think?
I think you can make yourself sick with the stress and the and the anxiety that you're going to give yourself. Like all these people that freak out when they get a little fever. It could just be the flu. It could just be you getting a cough.
The flu, guys.
It could just be you're gonna. Honestly, young people aren't going to die from. I haven't really been keeping up with it that much. I don't think young people are dying yet. So you're going to be all right.
I don't know how many people died. 30 people in Houston or something like that.
No, 6 people. 6 people in the surrounding. No, shit. I don't know. It goes up. But the last time I checked, there was like 6 or 12 people died in the Houston area.
That's not bad.
Shit.
And then another thing too. What about because this is a difficult time. All of us are dealing with the stress of not working, the bills piling up. Rent, mortgages. Paying your employees, not fucking getting paid. I'm speaking for myself. Like I find myself, I feeling anxiety, and I'm like, shit, am I having a heart attack or what the fuck is going on? And my heart starts fucking beating fast, and I had to start Googling shit like, difference between what's the difference between a heart attack and anxiety attack?
Yeah, bro.
And so, how have you guys been dealing with the stress of all this? Because I mean, it's affecting all of us. I mean, I want to start drinking.
I can tell you how I feel, man, and
Matt.
I mean, honestly, like my job is very different. Like sometimes there's work, sometimes there's not, sometimes there's a lot, sometimes you're just there scrambling, so you sell popsicles. You know what I'm saying? I'm not really feeling too much different. The only difference I see is that there's not a lot of people out. I have money saved up, so I'm okay.
Yes, Mary.
For me personally, I don't have a 9-to-5, so it's not really. I'm not stressing out too much because sometimes I don't work for a month, so I'm kind of used to this. However, now like I'm looking for work and it's not there. I'm like, you start kind of thinking about it, but it's not like too crazy. This is just me, dude. Everyone else is different, dude. When you have a 9-to-5, you've been laid off, dude. It just gets scary, dude. The bills don't stop, So you start panicking, and then your immune system drops. Bam, COVID-19.
But dude, like that's where it comes from. You can't.
You know what I mean? Because you step outside. The bills come in. You check your mailbox. AIDS.
AIDS. I said AIDS.
Fuck that mailbox.
How have you guys been, Lindsay?
What? Oh,
how y'all been dealing with the stress or everything that's been going on?
I'm enjoying the time to sit around and think. Like I'm thinking of just different ideas for the West End to stay relevant in people's minds, things to do after all this is over. Different types of parties, different ways for people to have fun during all of this. We tried our first like virtual karaoke, but we need to try it at a different time because a lot of people live in apartments, so you can't really blare out music at 10 p.m. at night. So, but we're working on it. We're doing some other things, and I've got a big party coming when all this is over. So
that's good. Marco, how y'all been dealing with everything?
Man, we're just chilling, really, but
changing diapers.
Changing diapers. Yeah.
At least
more
you got
diapers.
plenty of time to get that down.
And that's the one good thing too that I think that life has definitely, and I think that's where for me personally the anxiety comes from, because I'm used to doing so much in a 24-hour period that this complete stop of shit has slowed down, and I'm like, fuck, well, I want to do shit, but I ain't got nothing to do. That's sort of fucked with me. But I've had the opportunity to enjoy the family, enjoy the the wife and the baby, and do shit around the house. I've been cooking a lot more at home, which is awesome. I find that to be my therapy. Yeah, I find cooking at home to be my therapy. I thought, I think that's pretty cool.
Dude, I'm learning how to cook. I don't know how to cook.
You know how to cook?
Nothing, bro. I learned how to cook an egg last year.
Wifey knows how to cook. You good?
Oh man, my girl can cook badass. Sophia. I learned how to cook.
Shout out to Sophia.
Last year, believe that, dude. So I learned how to put a chicken into the oven and just push 20 minutes. It's alright. But I'm learning.
How big is that cooking?
I mean, how am I going to cook against Sophia, dude? Anything I make is just going to be subpar. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
Hey, but
man. So
every chef needs a little sous chef. So help her out in the kitchen, learn some things.
Yeah, man, I be washing dishes and shit. I learned how to cut garlic. You do
oh, damn, the claw.
Knuckles out.
Yeah, knuckles out, and then you remove the fingernail if you cut it off. You know what I mean?
Yeah. I mean, I used to cut like this when I started the food truck. And they stopped me real quick.
That little piece of meat.
Yeah, that little
tips.
I got my thumb the other day.
That brisket tips.
So all right, so let's do this, Lindsay. On a scale of 1 to 10, how would you rate your cooking skills?
6.
6? I think that's a bit modest. Okay, Matt.
I'm surprised how good my food is.
8.5.
Oh,
8.5. Yeah,
I think so.
No, Matt.
There you go.
Matt's got it
You
going
can't
on.
really mess up flavors unless you
Really
burn it. Dude, I've been using Instant Pot. Put all the leftover veggies thrown in there with a can of. I didn't cheat. I used like cream and mushroom soup.
Oh man.
I put Instant Pot with like chicken quarters and throw them all my leftover veggies, and it tastes good shit.
Making magic, baby. You're making magic in the kitchen. Marco, how would you rate your cooking skills?
Ooh, man, I'm gonna put myself down at a 5. I got all the techniques.
A what?
I got all the techniques, but I don't have a lot of creativity and know-how. So I can follow a recipe. Let's say that.
There you go.
Oh, nice.
You learn how to freestyle after a while.
Yeah, I was gonna say I'm not in the kitchen enough for me to come up with dishes. And yeah.
Salzo, what's
0.
0.
Unless it's popsicles.
0.5 now.
Good. Back 0 cooking skills, bro. I burnt the cereal yesterday.
Left it on the stove.
Oh, so check it out. I made myself a bowl of cereal. I poured the milk first and then the cereal. Fucked it up, dude. Yeah, my girlfriend was pretty surprised.
One of the Del Toro twins out of they got Toro. What's it? Texas Toro Barbecue. He says his barbecue's a 9 and foods is a 7.
Ooh, man.
I tasted his barbecue. That barbecue's on point, bro. That's what's up.
Man, I want to try that. As soon as this pandemic's over, I'm gonna go see him.
I got some commercial combos for sale. Upgrade.
Oh, sick! You can type.
I don't know how to rate mine. I think about 8.5. 8.
There you go.
Yeah, that's good. If I'm drinking, a 9. Oh man. Well, H-Town, we are live. It's another edition of Soundbites HTX. We have your favorite host on Facebook, and we got 2 awesome guests, Matt and Salzo, joining us. Man, we're talking about coronavirus, being on lockdown, trying to, figure out how to navigate through all this bullshit. Oh, my wife jumped on there and is talking about a 10. I bet you that's really good.
Oh, nice, dude.
There you go.
Hey, so I have a friend of mine, and his dad's like a mayor of a city over there in Katy. He be talking to the governor and stuff. And so a couple weeks ago, they're like, "Hey, it's gonna be over May 30th."
May 30th.
Yeah, he talks to the governor and shit. So they were saying that, you know, first it was April the 3rd, but before that it was like, nah, it's gonna go on to the end of May. So that's what I'm thinking, unless they push it, because some states are saying June 1st, June something, June 30th. But you can guarantee it's gonna be May the 30th. So we got some months, y'all. Like, you look back about 100 years ago, the other Spanish flu pandemic, everything was the same. They shut the schools down, the banks down, everything. They just, you know, it killed not a third of the population. It killed a lot of people, man. But it's the same thing. And there's always people trying to scam and make money. They're already calling you, texting you, setting up fake testing centers. Y'all heard of that?
Yeah, I saw the fake testing centers. That's fucking crazy.
What are they selling your DNA or what's going on?
That is fucking nuts, bro.
They're taking your money and giving you a fake test and giving you fake.
Like $240 to get tested or some bullshit.
What? Oh, fuck that, dude.
That's
There's
nuts.
always somebody in every crisis willing to scam you, dude.
Yeah.
So, you know, everyone out there listening, be wary of that, dude, because
Character.
those been nothing, dude. And they even do it on the big scale legally. So y'all have to watch out with that, you know?
You know, I don't know if any of y'all, real quick, I've gotten a call from like Center Point or something, and it's some dude telling me you're behind on some bills. Have you ever got that call?
Yeah.
And you're behind on it, and they're gonna help you. They're gonna help you do an expedited payment.
Oh, sweet.
So yeah, no, I was like, what?
Awesome, thank you.
For the new poke shop, and I was like, well, maybe I'm behind. And I was talking to him. He's like, no. Let me call the tech, and the tech's gonna call you. Another guy calls me, and they're calling me from CenterPoint lines. My phone is, it's coming in. CenterPoint Energy. It says CenterPoint Energy on it.
Wow.
And then when he told me, hey, just go to an expedited process center. Go to local CVS. We have them there. And I was like, wait, what? I got. That's when I got. I was like, okay, let me call you. Let me look this up and call you from there. He's like, no, I got to stay on the phone with you. I'll wait for you because this is pressing. And then when he said that, I was like, you're going to wait for me? It's going to be like 30 minutes. He's like, I'll wait here. I'll be on the line.
Oh,
wow.
Yeah. Ain't no one that works for CenterPoint going to sit there for 30 minutes.
Hell no.
Be ready to go to Walgreens, send him a check. So I just hung up on him.
That's crazy, dude.
Yeah, dude. They're
Does anybody find it strangely or oddly weird that they can actually put a date on this?
They're horrible people out there, you know?
Like, okay, it'll all be over May 30th. How the fuck do you know? How the fuck do you know?
You know,
you don't know what's about to happen. You have no idea how many people are going to get it, what's going to happen. How can you say May 30th? So if they're giving, it'll be over by May 30th.
The peak is
well, I think when they're giving out dates like that, they're referencing like the stay-at-home orders and whatnot. But I agree with you 1,000%. You can't put a fucking date on this.
You can't put a date on the stay-home order. You have no idea. You have no idea what's about to happen in a week from now.
And let's say that stay in order is lifted in May or whatever. People still have to fucking bounce back. They have to get back to work. They have to they have to be generating revenue. They have to receive a paycheck before the economy ever fucking recovers. And I don't see that fucking happening for a while, man.
Yeah.
I mean, people are gushing money. I don't know if anyone saw what I posted the other day as far as the unemployment numbers, and it showed a graph, and when it showed like some of the it went through the depression and how high it spiked, and it went to like 2008 and how high it spiked.
Yep.
And it got to 2020, and the thing just fucking kept the number of unemployment it kept fucking going and going and going. It's unprecedented. And so, we can't just wake up one night and one morning and say, okay, well, everyone's going back to work and things are going to go back to normal. It's going to be fucking tough, man.
It is. The small businesses are the ones suffering the most.
We're going to look back and this is going to go in the history books. And in college, my daughter is going to be studying, the effects of, COVID-19 and 2020.
Absolutely.
and how it crashed the economy and what we learned and how the world changed and and I think just like September 11th changed the world, I think this is something that's going to change the world. How we, when September 11th, when September 11th happened, our subconscious and the way we process things changed.
Yes.
Whether you're getting on an airplane and you see something suspicious, your brain starts fucking thinking. If you see a backpack or you see something, your brain starts processing things. And I think that, moving forward, we're going to react differently to a cough. We're going to react differently to a sneeze. We're going to react differently to how we touch things and how we, it's just human nature.
Yep.
And
true, man.
and not to be okay. So among my group in the boxing world, we have a chat with about 10 of us in there, and it's our team. And I'm always bullshitting about conspiracy theories. I like playing that guy that has a lot of conspiracy theories. Like I blame the Clintons for everything.
Oh hell yeah.
And all that good stuff. And I'll joke around with the guys just to get thoughts out of them and just to spark conversations. But something that's very real, something that's very serious and is going to affect our lives is this 5G, right? So we went from 2G to 3G, and then 4G is what we have right now, where things are fucking instant. Whether it's online ordering,
Kinda.
But look,
it's not bad.
But look what we're doing right now, right? We're having a live show with 5 people in 5 different locations.
Yeah, this is
streaming. We're streaming at two different on Facebook and on YouTube. Yeah. And then having 5G is really I think it's like 1,000 times faster. Like you're gonna be able to connect your shoes to 5G, right? Like
everything.
You can walk outside and just, hey, Uber, I need an Uber, without having to pull out your phone.
Yeah.
And an Uber at my location to take me to so and so. It's gonna be like that. So I think we're gonna look back and the reason I bring up 5G and now is because they're happening at the same time. And I'm not saying it's a conspiracy, and I'm not saying that fucking 5G is causing the virus and that it's spreading it. And I'm not at all. Yeah, well, and I'm sure it has other implications like that for sure. But what I'm saying is that the history is going to look back at this time and say, "Fuck, 2020, the world changed."
Those people were idiots. How could they not know?
And you know who Mary blame? And I'm with Mary. You know who we blame? Carol fucking Baskin.
Hey, free Joe Exotic, man.
Yeah, free Joe Exotic for real.
Yeah, we need to start that hashtag.
So has everybody in the room actually watched it?
How about
I've only watched the 4th episode.
Hey Marco, put like tiger brisket.
Oh,
Brisket.
Tiger brisket tacos, man. Just use the stripe, the orange and white stripes.
That's what got us here in the first place, eating exotic animals and shit.
Yeah, true. Have y'all watched that the scariest what is it, on Netflix where they're in Japan and the guy's going out to try all the different foods?
No, what's it called?
The scariest foods or something.
I want to see that.
That's on Netflix. It's pretty neat. They're eating all kinds of
the scariest thing I ate was I was in Thailand and then I ate a freaking scorpion.
How'd that taste?
It was horrible.
Really?
Yeah, it
tastes like
horrible. It's not good. It's like eating a crawfish with the shell and there's no meat. There's like no meat in there, bro.
Matt, what's the craziest thing you've ever eaten?
I don't know. I eat weird shit, but not like nasty. I eat like pig ears and
Ooh.
I love pig ears. I
like
eat
that.
Bones. I love eating bones of the pork ribs. That's about it, though. I don't eat no weird animals.
Lindsay, what's the weirdest thing you've eaten?
Pig eyeball.
Pig eyeball.
Oh yeah. What kind of animal?
Pig.
A pig eyeball.
Pig. Yeah.
Oh shit!
I did the cow.
The brain. I had
Oh,
a
that's
moose sausage.
I didn't do the. I couldn't do the whole thing. I
Sausage.
just did
A
like a.
moose. Yeah, you know
Yeah.
the ones like the big moose.
Marco,
It was
what's
slimy and crunchy at the same time.
Mm.
Yeah.
Oh,
Think
man,
about
I've
that.
eaten-
Think
I've
about
eaten,
that.
like,
Slimy and crunchy.
snake and scorpion on the side of the road in Mexico.
I want to
Ah,
try.
nice. Was it rattlesnake?
I don't think it was rattlesnake. They had them just strung. They had the skin strung up. They'll sell you the skin, but they also make the soup and they'll make little tacos with it.
Yeah, it's good
And it
stuff.
was literally just a little tent, like a little fucking leather
On the
tent.
side.
People selling on the side of the road.
Yeah, snake.
I like
Y'all remember,
lengua.
Never had snake.
Do y'all eat lengua? Tacos de lengua? Cow tongue?
Oh yeah.
That's I guess
That's
that's
What's
weird.
that?
Cow
It's
tongue?
Wait, what's that?
beef tongue.
Lengua. Lengua.
Beef tongue.
Cow tongue?
Beef tongue? Cow tongue?
Yeah.
Oh, beef tongue. Beef
Yeah.
tongue.
Yeah.
It's good, man. It's
I
really
love
good.
that. I made
Y'all
it
remember-
tonight. I'll show
Y'all
you.
remember Sammy's Game Grill?
Yeah.
Oh yeah.
You mean
That's the only time
Voodoo
I think
Donuts?
I think I had rattlesnake chili there, but I don't know if it was real or.
The only thing I ever got from there was diarrhea.
Oh, see, so I think they closed down at the perfect time. I mean, they closed down what, a year ago, I think. So
Yeah, I think
don't
so.
no one's gonna eat fucking
Wild
game.
Grill.
Yeah,
Now
some
it's
people
Voodoo
are
Donut.
not too adventurous, you know.
It's not gonna be too popular anymore, except for Venice.
Well, you know, Moon Tower Inn. You go to Moon Tower Inn.
Oh man, that place is
I
great.
just, I
Every
just
day.
picked up Moon Tower in the other day, like 2 or 3
Really?
days ago. Yeah.
I haven't heard about. Oh shit, I forgot.
Oh,
Oh,
baby.
Hey,
Hold on.
Get the appearance.
Hey, baby.
Look at the baby.
I
Oh,
gotta hold it for
beautiful.
on camera.
For a second.
damn badass.
Nice.
Are there any dreadlocks in the back?
Hold up,
Not
you ready?
yet.
She'll play with them.
Nice.
That's what's up.
Oh,
Now, where was I
God.
going with this?
Beautiful, bro. It's beautiful.
Oh, I've been working on the theory, y'all.
Uh-oh.
So, I was listening to, what do you call it? Like the stock market stuff when I was digging into it, and then the interest rates, how the Federal Reserve dropped into zero, right?
Right.
So they loan money to the banks at 0%. And Trump told the banks, this was weeks ago, like, don't take that money. You know, let them stall out. So you don't take the money, kind of use the money we already have in the system. Then you borrow it out, collect it back the same day. Borrow it out, collect it back the same day. So what it does to the stock market, it goes all the way down, all the way back up. But on a flat line, it's even. So you're just kind of lessening the bubble of it just going to crash. Now, the Federal Reserve always wants to lend you money at interest. So I heard him 6 months ago talk about putting the Federal Reserve in the negatives. Think about that.
What,
You ever heard of that?
Negative interest?
Negative interest rate, right? And I was
Negative.
like, this is some bullshit. There's no way. So I asked a buddy of mine, he's in the finance game, and he's saying, oh, yeah, that already happened in Switzerland, Germany, and Denmark. So when they borrow money from their kind of Federal Reserve Bank, they get paid for it.
Wow.
So that's the world of negative interest rate. Now, on the everything just flips backwards. So say you have a savings account or a 401k, you're making interest off of it, right? If it goes negative, now they're taking away from you. So everyone sells bonds, treasury bonds, they all sell it. But if you have a loan for your house, instead of you paying interest, now they're paying you interest. Imagine that. So your house goes from $1,500 a month to $1,100 a month.
But that's not
Because
going
you
to
have a loan.
individuals.
You see what I'm saying? That's the negative interest rate world.
Yeah,
So,
but that's only going to the banks. That would be from the Fed to the banks.
well, no. If you have one and it goes negative, they borrow. It trickles down. You see.
Mm.
So
Oh,
I
I
can
see.
show you a video where it was a Denmark couple. Their note was $900. Now they only pay $400. It's a very strange world, but you stagnate the economy because no one wants to buy bonds and treasury things, and you just stay there.
Oh, I see. But what's that gonna do to the dollar?
Yeah, but it's very strange. So it's like, and Trump has been saying this shit, bro, but no one's really, they never show it on the news. You know what I'm saying? So he was like, he hates the Federal Reserve because they keep borrowing us money at interest rate. And he's like, it should be the other way. So I think that's what's going to happen. So if I had a student loan, what if they started paying you for having a student loan instead of abolishing it? See, but this is just a tricky theory conspiracy thing. But then I saw an episode on 2020. They were talking to the chairman of, I think it's Illinois Federal Reserve. He's a Indian Pakistani dude. And then he asked them, how low are the interest rates? They're 0. He goes, can they go any lower? He goes, some countries have gone lower. So they're kind of poking at it. So what if he's trying to take out the Federal Reserve and then put us on a new standard? Y'all know the gold standard? Does everybody know about that?
Yeah.
Okay, in the 1971, it just went to like some fiat currency bullshit, and now it's backed by debt and the petrodollar. But I think if maybe this is all a plan to get us off that and then go to something called the crypto dollar. You know what I mean? So now it's backed by, and I don't know if it's going to be Ripple or Bitcoin or whoever, man. Everyone's been in the race for it for a long time. So it's just a little thing out there. Look it up. It's called negative interest rates. It'll blow your fucking mind, dude.
So on the subject of finance, I wanted to ask because we all have our companies. We all
Yes.
As our source. Has anyone looked into the SBA loan, this PPP loan, or the disaster loan?
Disaster relief.
Yeah, Matt and Salzo, have you guys looked into that yet?
My sister was signed up for the SBA loan, but the PPP is a little confusing. They asked about all these numbers. I'm with Chase, and first of all, I don't have my 2019 taxes done yet, so they need me to upload that. So I'm kind of going through it right now, trying to get the PPP, and it's first come first serve. So.
You trying to get it with Chase?
Huh?
You trying to get it with Chase?
Yeah.
They have the application on their website, but it's been I haven't been able to do it because it crashed.
No, it works now.
Oh man,
it works
Well,
now.
here's the deal with the PPP. I've looked into it. I've applied for it. I think I have an understanding of it. But the thing about the PPP and any of the loans with the SBA, there's so many moving parts, and it's constantly moving because it's fucking new, and they're dealt with anything like this. But at this point, what they're asking for, and you're correct, Matt, is having your 2019 tax and your payroll. Now, your payroll can consist of having payroll or your 1099s if you pay your employees cash. Now,
that's what I did.
And here's the thing, though. So have a conversation. I have a conversation with your team and say, hey, listen, I'm going to have to put you on a 1099. If that's cool with you, we'll work it out. And that's one thing. And Matt, we can talk about that off air. But here's the thing: everyone should apply for it,
right?
And not use an excuse. I don't have what they want, or I don't qualify, or this, that, or another.
Just apply it.
Because Mary says it's a standstill, right? Now, here's the thing. You should, if you own a small. So this is my advice to all the small business owners out there. Whether you believe you qualify or not, you should still apply, because even if you feel like if you don't qualify for right now, when you're up in queue and your application is ready to be submitted, things might have changed. And now all of a sudden you do qualify. And so you don't want to wait for them to say, okay, well, we changed it once again, and now you do qualify, and you have to go apply, and you're at the bottom of the fucking list. Stand in that virtual line, submit your application, because it's a very simple application. If you have it wants your date of formation. It wants to know how.
You mean through the SBA, yeah?
Huh?
You're explaining through the SBA.
Through the SBA.
Yeah.
Okay.
Right. And it also has and it also has that emergency.
Yeah.
Where it's
yeah.
It had $10,000 advance, right? And people will say, well, again, well, I don't qualify for it, or it's not for me, or it's okay, fine. But at least stay in line. It doesn't cost you anything, and it doesn't take you but 3 minutes to fill out the application because it's a very, very simple application. And yeah, they're backed up. You know, again, I talked about earlier how the is through the roof, and we have all these small business owners that are applying. Get your place in line, secure that, fill out the application because you don't know what's going to change. Now, it's my understanding, and I missed it earlier today, but I think earlier today, Trump went on when he had his press conference, and he said that and I'm saying this because people say, well, you know, that money's already exhausted or it'll never reach me. Well, okay. They just authorized another $250 billion for his relief. So you don't want to be one of the last people that wait to fill out your application.
Yeah.
Fill it out now. Stand in the virtual line, and then when the time comes for them to look at your application, and if you don't qualify, well, you don't qualify. What do you lose?
Yeah.
3 minutes.
3 minutes.
That's it.
So that's my advice for everyone out there that's watching. If you're a small business owner, if you're an LLC, and so let me be clear with this too, whether you have an LLC, whether you're a sole proprietor, whether you're an independent contractor, it doesn't matter. If you were not working for someone else and you were working for yourself, you are eligible for this grant. Don't let anyone fucking tell you that you're not. And even if you're not, let the government tell you. Don't listen to anybody else. Don't listen to anyone else. Go through the motions, stay in line, and then if they don't give it to you, they don't give it to you. But you don't want to be there.
Give me that cash.
Yeah, you don't want to be there and be like, oh, you know, you do qualify. Why didn't? Oh, well, because everyone else told me that this, that, or another. My own thoughts.
It's too late. Yep.
Right, because it is the one thing that it is. The one thing that it is first come, first serve.
Yeah, that's true.
It is for sure.
So I'm paying my sister to do it for me.
There you go.
How much?
Yeah, I have bad luck with that. I just said, hey, if you give me these, because I have 2 businesses, I want to get one for the construction and then one for the food truck, the popsicle, and then there's another one like a disaster loan for me personally. So we're gonna try to get all that shit up. Give me that cash.
There you go. Show me the money.
Pay those taxes for a lifetime. Give it back.
Yeah, right.
Yeah, I mean,
Yes, there is, but there's a lot of and there is a lot of misinformation, right? You know, people say, "Oh, well, that's just going to the big corporations." Well, you know, from my understanding, there's some kind of guidelines where there has to be a percentage of it that's going to companies that have 50 or less employees, right? So the bottom line is we don't know because even the most educated person on this is not going to have
doesn't know. Yeah,
because it's going to change day to day.
it changes. Yep, that's true, man.
I've been talking to so I've been talking to our bankers, you know, at our bank. I've been talking to bankers at my family business bank, and everyone knows different information. Like they're getting information day to day.
Yeah.
So they don't even know. They'll tell me one thing one day, and they tell me another thing another.
Yeah.
Day. My bank isn't ready to take in applications yet for the PPP. So, you know, there's some banks that aren't even accepting it. And someone told me you have to have an account with that bank, but I don't see it on the website that you have to have an account with that bank.
Just do it.
Which people need to be paying attention to that because it can work to your advantage. Like me, because I haven't filed my 2019. I mean, they're getting filed right now.
Wow.
But by the time they start accepting, well, guess what? My taxes are done. Right?
Wait, you're talking about your 2019? You don't have to have your. You don't have to have your 20. You can have your
2018.
You can, but I'm gonna have my. You know, listen. I'm taking this time. That's one of the things that I'm doing in this downtime.
Yeah, I mean, it's a good idea. so for the PPP, your payroll taxes are always, if you guys have a payroll service, they're filed quarterly. You can just go to your payroll service and pull it down from last year. That always gets filed. If you don't use payroll, then it's a different story. But
okay, so and let's be honest, a lot of us don't use payroll.
yeah,
No.
Okay, a lot of us don't, and so don't let that be an discouragement neither. Because, and I'll tell you why. Right? Because you can use payroll tax. You can use your payroll. Like if you have a payroll service, and that's like your goal, right?
Mm-hmm.
Then you can do your 1099. You can pull your 1099 reports. Your gold. Well, here's the thing, right? I bet you there's a lot of people watching, or there's people out there. Well, I don't have a payroll service, and I pay my cash. Here's the thing, though. If you we live in we're living in 2020. I don't know about y'all, but I send my people Zelle. I send my people Cash App or what's the other one? Venmo. That's another form of record. Pull your bank statements. If you can show that you're making these transfers,
Yeah.
payroll.
That is true.
You can go to the websites and you can see to the SBA website and you can see where it said those are acceptable forms of record of proof that you're paying. Listen, the objective of these of this the SBA loans is to help these small businesses survive. They're very lenient with their They're not trying to make you through they're not trying to make you jump through hoops to help you. They're gonna look at key factors. One, do you have a business? Okay, yeah. B, do you pay payroll? Do you have bills? Are you paying for anything? Are you paying rent? They're gonna look at those things. Once they can verify that, well then maybe then you're a lot closer to getting that money than what you think.
Yeah. I'm gonna try it out, dude. I mean, why not? What do you gotta lose? Give me that cash.
Nothing.
Give me the
and the interest rate is stupid low.
Oh yeah, what is it?
So
3% and 1%.
Oh, badass! And then they'll just forgive it anyways.
The 1% one they'll forgive.
Hell yeah!
If you apply for the forgiveness.
Right. And if you're paying your people, then you're good. It should be forgiven.
So the only thing with that one is that one goes based on your payroll records, like Manny was saying. If you don't have a payroll services, you're gonna have to compile that in a way that they can see. I don't know how stringent they're going to be. Now, my understanding is that 1099s don't count; they have to apply on their own. But apply for it anyway and see what they say, because I don't really know how that works. Because they do accept applications for PPP from 1099s, like independent contractors. So it gets kind of confusing there for me. I don't really understand how. Like contractors should apply on their own or what?
Hey Marco, when they ask you how much monthly for the payroll, what is that what we pay the quarterly number or?
So what they want to see from my bankers explained to me, you go last year and you see what you paid. You're the tips, wages, taxes to the government. They're going to cover all that. I took the year, from February to February, and I averaged it by 12, divided by 12, and that'll give you your monthly payroll average. That's what you can ask for according to him. Okay. So everything.
I'm pretty confused on that stuff. So
yeah, I
might have to get with y'all after the show sometime this week and get it all figured out.
We can.
My stuff's weird, dude.
I can go over with you. We got time.
Yeah,
6 feet apart.
Yeah, we got plenty of time. I'm still gonna just file it, dude. But I'm gonna try to get
Yeah.
You never know how to change. It changes every day.
So here's the thing. So I want to talk about that too, right? So we're all small business owners. We're all fucking getting affected by this. It's a pain in the ass. And I'm trying to bring some positive, because again, in the beginning of the show, we were talking about stress. We were talking about, dealing with everything that we have, from bills to taking care of our teams to, trying to make ends meet. So at one end of the spectrum, we have an opportunity to capitalize on the SBA loan. And we just talked about the different ways that we can try to maneuver this and make sure we get a piece of that pie, and that we should at least stand in that virtual line. But at the end of the day, let's say we exhaust all that, and they still say no, you don't qualify, and this doesn't pertain to you. Well, guess what? You still have Texas fucking unemployment, right? And you should wholeheartedly take advantage of that as well. And again, people say, "Oh, well, I don't qualify for that neither." No, they're making special exemptions for disaster relief, and so things that normally wouldn't be allowed, or you would think that you wouldn't qualify for, all those things have been lifted from
badass
from the qualifications, right? So if you're a small business owner, if you're a contract worker, if you're a 1099 worker, all those things now you can qualify. And not only do you qualify, they're giving you an additional $600 a week on top of that $400. So it's just a matter of you going out, doing the research, and applying. And,
dude, I need that.
And taking those steps. So why I'm talking about these things is because I know there's a lot of people stressed out. I know there's a lot of people fucking worrying about when is this going to end, and if it doesn't end soon, they feel like everything's going to come crumbling down. You shouldn't feel that way. You gotta at least exhaust all the opportunities and options in front of you, whether it's the loan, whether it's the $10,000 advancement, and if it's none of that, then you at least take a stab at unemployment if you can qualify for that, because the qualifications for that has changed as well. I'm saying that because I don't want people, mental illness is a real thing. A lot of us are stuck at the house, and it gets old real quick. Your anxiety starts to play with you. Your stress starts to play with you. You start to overthink things. You start to feel like shit. All this is gonna
start eating a lot
on your chest, and it's easy to think like that. Fuck, the world shut down. I'm not making no money, and the bills keep coming, and so it's important for us to try to remain positive, try to do our research, try to exhaust all the options that are before us, and at the end of the day, understand that, look, and this is important, we can't take this personal because it's nothing that we did, right? Our businesses are not suffering for a mistake that we made or something that we failed to do. So it's not on us. It's something that's affecting not only the country, but the world. And so if you look at it like that, it makes things a little bit easier and say, well, fuck it. I was fine. And then all of a sudden this happened. Well, you were doing fine because you had you, and you're great. And you're going through this not because of anything that you did. It's not because of any fault that you had or any mistake.
No people outside
or something.
And that ain't our fault.
It's not. At the end of the day,
it ain't my fault.
And so take that and be like, hey, you know what? There was nothing that I could have done. Let me now let me see what I'm going to do to get out of this. Let me see how creative I can be. Let me see how I can navigate through this. And we have those options before us. All those, whether it's loans, whether it's unemployment, I don't know. Now, so I want to. That's the point that I wanted to make. It was, hey, it's not on you. Don't beat yourself up. Don't fucking stress over. Don't blame yourself. Don't let your mind fucking play games with you when you're sitting there alone with your thoughts, saying, "Fuck, what am I going to do?" That's all I got.
You know what I'm gonna do? I'm gonna sue China.
You're gonna sue China? There you go.
Hey, I heard about that too.
Good luck.
You know who else I'm gonna sue? These churches that are open.
Ridiculous,
The
bro.
How
mega
much you
churches.
want to bet that's gonna happen though?
Yeah.
Because there's like these, y'all seen those mega churches are still open and they can cause more problems. I'm not gonna do it. I'm just gonna say in the future, look, because there's always someone trying to make a buck. They're gonna get sued. It's gonna be nuts, dude. It's gonna be crazy. You think it's crazy now? Wait till the after effects of this. It's gonna be a madhouse.
You mentioned like the mega churches. I thought they were just airing and having like a small
No,
audience.
some are open, dude.
They're open like for everyone to
Some
show
are
up.
open, yeah. So there was one in California. 70
There was one in San
people
Antonio.
got hit. 70 people got hit with coronavirus in that mega church. They shut that down immediately.
Oh shit!
Yeah, number one, because they care about their people. But number two, anyone can sue them because you just created 70 more. You see what I'm saying? No one's thinking of that, but I'm just saying, expect to see many class action lawsuits coming up. They're going to be nuts.
Well, I heard Fox News was getting sued too.
Jump in here right quick. Look who it is, y'all. Just poke your head in here.
Hey!
Look at Marco.
What's up?
He got his dreadlocks.
Nothing much.
Oh, my bad. She heard me talk because she just got home. They went cycling and stuff.
Was she like?
Is
Is he in there with?
frisbee out there? What's that?
Was she like? Is he in there watching that Pornhub?
Bro, it's like, yeah,
It's
what are you
still-
doing in there? So look,
Premium
I
still
see
free.
people like, at the park, they're playing frisbee, right? So they're just
What you hiding,
passing
Liz?
coronavirus to everybody. I play with a boomerang because I throw it, it comes back to myself, dude. See what I'm saying? I be at the park throwing boomerangs and shit.
Are we
I
still
ain't
not?
gotta poison nobody.
Are we still not taking this shit fucking serious? I don't understand. I was at Walmart today just picking up a couple of things, and I seen a whole fucking family,
Yeah.
the father and the 3 fucking kids
Running around.
Everybody.
around.
Like, do you need everybody or just bring yourself and your wife or something? That's it. Everybody can stay at home.
I don't know.
It's
Right,
nuts.
they are exercising now. All the
There's
families.
levels
That's good.
of what people are doing.
It
There's the
just takes
people that are
a
taking it super
pandemic to get you out of
seriously.
the house, which is crazy, right?
Lindsay, what about your side of town? Have you seen anything fucking crazy over there?
Not really. I've been in the Galleria area.
Galleria?
They decided to rip up the entire fucking Westheimer. So.
Westheimer and Fountain View. I was just
Oh,
there
I haven't
earlier.
gone down Fountain View.
Oh, nice.
Well,
Yeah,
that
what's
one,
up?
they've been working on that one for a while, but like, I pulled out of my boyfriend's the other day, that one.
You pulled out.
And,
You pulled out your.
My bad.
I just repeated your name.
Cheers, guys. to whoever's drinking.
Lights out.
cheers!
Cheers. Come by.
Not
Come
exactly what I meant.
Marco's
Hey,
Marco's the only spam sober.
I
I think.
pulled out of
Yeah, me
my
too, right here. I don't have a drink. I'm in the bathroom, so,
I thought you had a beer.
the other day.
Oh,
You're in the-
yeah, I'm in the
Why you-
bathroom right now. Hey, look, check it out. I got a
Why are you in the
couch.
bathroom? I guess
It's
you
got the
gotta-
brightest lights in here. Everywhere else in my house has like the low light. Looks creepy, bro.
We can make it romantic. Fuck it.
Ooh, put some candles.
Hell yeah, we should
Sounds
all have
like-
dinner. Next time, let's have a dinner. Everyone cook something. We
Everyone
come
has
back to the
something.
show. We eat our dinner that we cook. That'd be cool.
Has anyone here taken that test?
No, oh, it's a great question.
I have not.
What
Corona?
test?
That Corona
Yeah.
test? Oh, no,
but
I haven't.
the question: does anyone know anyone that caught it
Yes.
on their
I-
feed?
Yes.
I have family. I have family that's in ICU.
No.
Okay, so I mean, it's real.
Oh,
It's real.
no.
Yeah, it's
This is
yeah.
real.
In West Virginia though, out east.
Okay, I mean, but it exists though. The reason why I asked if y'all know anyone is to let everyone know that this is for real, man. Take it seriously.
It is. It is. for
Stay
real.
the fuck home, y'all can. But I can't. I didn't get to work and get money, so.
Yeah.
But if you are, hey, but if you
I
are,
know,
make sure you
a
support
guy
your.
in Louisiana,
Yeah.
and they were at Mardi Gras.
No, oh man, that was.
Yes. Yes.
I mean, those guys didn't know about it, but they're partying.
They didn't.
They're
Yeah, it
partying
just goes to
crazy
show
that
how
shit.
early it was here already. You know what I mean? Before we
Yeah.
kind of found out about it. But he had an
Yeah.
upper respiratory infection, a really nasty cough, and a lot of like diarrhea and shit.
Mucus. You know, the
Yeah, mucus,
goes-
man.
That's crazy, man. There's so much
Yeah, you
mucus.
gotta.
You can't breathe.
No, you can't. You have to take Mucinex to cut that shit down.
That's what
maybe-
happens. Is it feels like you're drowning. It feels like
Yeah.
you're drowning and you can't breathe.
Yes. That's what they
They
say.
go like,
but not everybody. That's the crazy part.
no.
It's not everybody. That's what's so strange about this, man.
That's the scary
So think
thing.
twice next time you eat that
Affects
bad soup.
everybody differently.
Yeah,
You know what I mean?
and it don't even pop up till 2 weeks. That's why I think this is man-made.
But we have Bill Gates coming to the rescue.
Man, Bill Gates warned us about this shit.
That's where I made my money off those vaccines.
Bill
Now wait till the
Gates.
mandatory vaccine comes out and they inject you with recombinant nanoparticle technology. Game over, son.
Right.
So what's Bill Gates doing?
All that. So they're gonna inject you with the chip.
Yep.
That is
Yeah.
for 5G.
Is that shit gonna have 5G
Yes.
connectivity?
Something like that. Or your kids can't go to school. See, that's how they get you, bro. Or you
So-
can't get your driver's license.
Let's talk about that. Is it China? Is it China where now they're gonna do that? They're gonna reward you for being a good citizen.
Oh yeah, they already do that.
They've
That
been
social
doing that.
credit score.
Yeah.
It's like that Black Mirror episode. I fucking told you.
Right.
It's coming this way. No, it can't come this way. Let me
Right.
tell you
So
why.
do you think it'll come this way?
No, it can't because we have freedoms. We have the Constitution. You can't do it. That's why we're gonna have more infections because we have freedom and protection.
Right.
We're
Okay.
a
So here,
communist country. They'll weld your doors shut.
I've had a couple drinks already. I'm
They
a
will
light.
kill you.
I'm a lightweight when it comes to drinking, and so I'm gonna
Okay.
I'm gonna talk a little freely right now.
Yeah. Do you think?
One of the things,
He's had 2 beers and he's
Right,
ready
2
to talk
beers.
freely.
honey, if you're watching any of the beers, too. Okay, so- but here's the thing, right? Because we're talking about the Constitution.
Yes.
You know, I see a lot of people get mad, like the whole church thing, right?
Yeah.
I see a lot of people get mad at the church and say, why doesn't the president order the church or these churches to close down? Now listen, the church need to be, if they're a church, they need to be leaders within the community and say, hey, let's do the responsible thing and not show up and not do these things because we want to.
Some people don't believe that.
Right. But the thing is, we shouldn't get excited to take somebody's constitutional right away.
Exactly.
Because just like that, they can take your constitution.
Yes.
Right. And that's what I see happening, where people are like, no, it's okay to have the state. Look, they're wrong. The church is wrong. 1,000% wrong. I am not condoning them doing dumb shit like that. But at the same time, you got to be careful. You're saying that it's okay to take their constitutional right away. Be careful because you may be next.
Exactly. And where does it end? It's a slippery
Where
slope.
does it end?
You
Next
give
thing
them a
you
little
know
bit-
it. Next thing you know it, we're being fucking rewarded for social behavior.
Yeah, it's a slippery
Right?
slope, dude. You give them an inch,
Very slippery
they'll
slope.
take a mile because the government knows no boundaries. They'll just keep poking at it, and that's what's dangerous. So, for us preserving our freedom and way of life, it's going to cost. There's always a cost with this. Now, in China, it's different. They have the mentality of like all for one, kind of like ants. You know what I mean? And when the government says something, you jump, like you do it, and they weld you inside your apartment complex. I know y'all seen those videos.
No, which one happened?
Dude, they cram you inside your apartment complex and they weld the front and back doors shut. So you can't
They're
get in.
small, right? They're small as hell.
What's that?
They're small, right? I'm talking about in China?
Small?
The
No, in
apartments.
China.
In China,
Yeah,
right?
so like, imagine living at the Hanover or any Mega or Houston house and they weld the door shut, whether you're sick or not, or you have food or not.
They
Still
still have
with a shotgun.
They don't have guns. So I mean, they're able to drive those numbers down, which I don't believe they're numbers anyways. But they're able to control because they can do that to you because you don't have constitutional rights. Here it's different. You're gonna have to fight tooth and nail. We fight each other, and unfortunately, that's just what it is. We're gonna get hit hard. And so Italy, the UK, any Western type societies that follow like, you know, kind of constitution and civil rights and human rights, we're going to get hit the hardest because the government can't come in and just crush us like China can. So it's a good and a bad thing. I mean, you know, who's better than the other? I'm not here to say anything like that. I'm just saying like how our system works, you know,
I
and then
think
that
we should shut down like them though. I don't know what's taking so long for us to stay the fuck home and have no movement for 2 weeks.
Cause we crazy, bro.
But we
Americans
hoarded.
are wild,
For what reason did we hoard for?
huh?
Why do we hoard all the groceries? To slowly buy more and eat more and just let HEB make money? Just shut the bitch down for 2 weeks.
I
don't
agree.
understand what-
But
I don't understand that.
do you think there'll
They
be
have-
crazy? Do you think there'll be crazies out there to do dumb shit like start looting and
Absolutely.
rioting?
Yes. No, it's already happening.
Yeah.
Asian people are getting attacked, like the old Asian. You saw the video when
Yeah, I
Asian
saw
lady
that shit.
Oh man, fuck that.
poured
That's
on her
horrible.
head because she's Chinese in New York. Acid. I'm just like,
Oh, that's fucked up.
shut the whole shit down. Damn.
Hey, but do you see any in Texas?
Hell
No.
no. We
Hell
just
no.
talked about it.
You got a lot of these.
Damn.
It's like, Texas got a lot of these, okay?
We're gonna get shut down.
We're fine.
That's the guy. You see, that's how you do it.
We're fine in Texas. But
Yeah,
New
we're
York
fine.
is fucked up. New York,
You
can't
think
have
twice.
guns.
It makes
You know,
you think
New York-
twice, knowing that. Hey man, let me go slap that Asian guy. What's up now? Game over. So nobody does it, dude. And that's a good thing. I like that. You know what I mean? Don't get picked on because you never know. Anybody can have anything.
But old Asian, like my parents, they don't know how to operate a gun. We got an extra gun at my sister's house.
I mean, you can teach them,
No,
and here
you
you
don't know how
have
to
that
use
right.
a gun, it will get you killed. You know what I mean?
That's true.
You better off just give it up. But if you know how to use it, then more power to you. The more quicker you are with it. I mean, I don't know.
I mean, if someone has a gun, they got it on you. Hey, take all my stuff. But if
Yeah,
someone's hurling racist insult and tries to slap you, slap him back with that.
Yeah.
You know what I mean?
Uh,
But,
No, but that's the one thing about Texas, and again, you know, I love our state and I love our
I
city.
love it here.
like
We
our
haven't,
vibe.
we haven't
Our
seen that Missy shit yet, have we?
We
I don't think
awesome.
we have. I haven't.
The what?
We haven't seen any messy shit like that.
No, no, I haven't seen it. I like it here. It's
No.
great.
It is
New
great.
York is this bad. I don't know why. It's mainly New York.
Yeah,
New
New
York-
York has a lot of crazies, but they're very segregated. You have the
Chicago?
Jewish community, the Jamaicans, you have the Mexicans, the Dominicans fighting the Haitians. They have their own little areas. And in Houston, it's like, we're all mixed. It's amazing. It's great. You know, everyone's hanging. Any
All the
party we
races
throw, you
are
look
here.
around, it's like everybody. It's fucking awesome.
Yeah,
you know?
it is.
Yep.
We don't have to worry in Houston, Texas. Whatever.
Nah, I love it here, man.
Yeah, Houston.
Like very seldom that you have a couple dicks, but
Yeah.
there's more of us that are not dicks and good people, man. It's awesome here, dude. I love it here.
It
Texas,
really is. It really is.
yeah, man, I'm happy.
Um,
And hopefully everyone up there in New York and California can follow
Follow
along.
suit?
Yeah.
We got a good way of living here.
They didn't follow suit, man. Don't make things worse. I didn't. It's a city though. It's fast life.
Yeah.
Yeah.
That's the only thing.
They get more anxiety than us. So we can kind of learn how to chill, go to the park. Over there, man, it is congested. That's
They're all
why.
on top of each other.
I got a
The
friend
rest
in
of them
New
gotta stop.
Jersey, bro, and he say he
Yeah.
drives trucks, so he's delivering medical supplies. And then he just saw 18-wheelers getting loaded up with bodies
yeah.
Yeah.
in
How
New
big
York
is
City because they
ran
live
out of
on
the-
top of each other like ratas.
No, they're labeled. They ran out of the thing. What is it? The morgue, whatever they put you in when they got you
Yeah.
cold. They're just running out of space. They got.
God. Oh, where'd you go, bro?
He got so
Come
mad
back.
he left.
Oh, there you go.
already.
There you
They got somebody left.
go. Yeah, but my another friend of mine stays in New York. He moved out to Staten Island, but he says, dude, anywhere on the train or anywhere, just walking down the street, everyone's looking at each other like, do you have it? It's just a more panicked state because you don't have personal space. Look, man, I'm in Texas, dude. Look at my arms. I got my own
Yeah.
personal space.
Mm.
We
When
can
I was
spread
in
out here.
Washington, D.C., I'm eating a chicken sandwich. I got a guy right next to me here, dude. That's how you get sick, man. There's small, tiny clusterfuck cities. Here in Texas, man, we got all the space we need, you know? So it's another pro of living here. But anywhere in a tight situation like that, yeah, you're going to get sick
I have
really
to be
fast.
reminded. I have to be reminding people though. Like when I'm at Walmart or somewhere, I'll be like, "Hey, yeah, you mind stepping back for a minute, man? You all up in my fucking
Ugh,
neck right now, man."
Breathing on my neck.
breathing under that hot breath. Ugh.
That hot breath.
Everything's bigger in Texas.
Yeah, I had a
Even
guy.
for-
You know, they put the tapes on the floor now, the 6-foot strips.
Yeah.
Yeah, I had like it's a raza guy, Mexican dude, but he was standing right behind me. I'm like, excuse me, sir, con permiso.
Yeah.
You know, just back up a little bit.
You know, with that
And
Spanish.
he's like, oh, I didn't know that. I go, yeah, that's where everywhere's doing. So they just didn't know. But it's, yeah, just get off me a little bit. Give me my personal space. It's very important, man. Someone coughs or sneezes. Oh, well,
And that's what I
mad as
mean.
hell.
And that's what I meant by earlier is that, you know, things are going to be different. Like we're going to be more conscious
They
of
are.
those things of being giving people their space and just all that's going to impact how we live our daily lives.
Yeah, it is.
Hopefully in a positive way.
I know I asked last week if y'all thought that once this was over, we would go back to normal, or people would have cabin fever and just race out to bars and restaurants, you know, do y'all still think that 1 week later?
I mean, they're going to go out, but
Same
again,
opinion?
I think people are
That's a
still
good
gonna rush
question.
out to the bar.
I mean,
sure.
I think hopefully
But
the
just be
hand washing
cautious.
and everyone's more conscious of how things, viruses and shit spread. If that could stick around, that would be great. And I wouldn't really want everything to go back to normal, because why don't we go like something better, you know? Maybe we can all learn from this and move up just a tiny bit, you know? That's what I would hope.
Here's another interesting thing. You build out some restaurants and bars, so you work on them, layout and whatnot. A lot of times these guys will try to fit as many tops as they can.
I knew you were going with that.
Is that going to change restaurant layouts?
It is.
Space layout.
Get more space, right?
They're going to require, maybe the health department is going to require bigger tables or. I
Wow.
don't
The
know.
building codes will change. Hokey Pokey now has to lose some seats.
I can
and
only have
everyone's
one
having
table in there
space
now to go
And
on.
you can't play the hokey pokey
Wow, that's
over there.
fucked up. But that's definitely going to happen. I guarantee that.
Yeah.
Wow. What happened? There he is. What's up, bro?
Let's go.
Is he eating Cheeto?
Oh, we can't hear him.
Mac,
Oh, man. There he is.
Smoke.
Good night.
Smoke break. Oh shit.
Mic check.
Chris.
Oh, nice.
I know I'm about to need one of those. I need dinner.
we
Yeah,
can't
dude.
hear you, Matt.
So,
He's like,
is
hey,
anyone here looking like they're going to close down?
What was that?
Is anyone here looking like their business is going to actually close down and not make it through this?
Nah.
No, I think we're all right.
Yeah, we'll be good.
Yeah, I think I'm fine. Anyone? Everyone's fine?
Yeah.
Lindsay?
I don't actually own my business, and the business that I do own is no. I'm the only employee right now, so it's fine. But the West End, I don't know. I hope not. I don't think there's any plans for it to close. I don't know if it goes further and they push it to May 30th or June 30th. If his mind is going to change, but we're in a good position right now where we can weather the storm. So we'll figure it out. I mean, I'm planning parties for it, so. Actually, I found this quite odd. So I got an email we have this monthly party for a group of people every month. And I got an email today asking if we were going to be open for them to have their party on the 14th of April. His whole group is in Houston.
No.
No, we're not going to be open. But I'm still surprised at how many people are like emailing me like, hey, you guys going to be open for my party on the 14th? No, we're not. Nope, you're not. What planet are you living in right now?
We've had a lot of rescheduling. Like we had 2 weddings and a couple birthdays that have already rescheduled for 2021. So
Yeah.
how that plays out.
I think too, it's like we're lucky we're like mobile.
Right.
You locked into a rent commercial space
That's
and
tough.
$4,000 a month. Oh, you're fucked.
You're big
You know what I
time.
mean? And they're gonna want to help you out. They already took your damn deposit. You know what I mean? You out on the street, man.
Yeah, that's the situation I was in with the poke restaurant, the downtown spot. We just signed those contracts like a couple months ago.
Oh, I forgot, dude. You have all that.
So yeah,
Oh, shit,
Well,
dude.
You're
What's going on
going
with
through
that?
it right now.
yeah, I know. But we're the landlord downtown is being cool.
Oh, good.
The one at the Hokey Pokey I haven't talked to, but his rent comes up on the 15th. I gotta get on him. But hopefully, with that space that's so big I have out there, I could probably set up a little socially distanced food truck park. I have so much space I could probably just
Absolutely should.
park truck 60 feet away.
Dude, let me know if you do. I need to go sell some popsicles or something.
Yeah, I don't want to encourage people to go out, but if I got to park it somewhere,
Ah,
that's a good
that's
place
true.
for people to spread out. I guess.
But
Where
here's
I
the
do it.
thing, though. That's a good point, Marco.
Damn.
Once all this is lifted, like the curfew, I mean not the curfew, but all the restrictions and everything, I think we're gonna have to. I think we're gonna have to do pop-ups. I think that's gonna
Yeah.
be that's gonna have to be very creative and do some pop-ups. So that's something that definitely we need to keep in mind.
You're right. The pop-up culture is about to explode after this.
Yeah, I think so. Okay, you know what? Great. I wanted to talk about this, and hopefully we can get Matt in on this. But Marco, I want to get your thoughts. Salzo, I want to get your thoughts on this because it affects y'all. Permitting and the permits, right? So we've been out for a month. It's and we probably won't be back in for another month or two.
Yeah.
I think it's going to affect these people that are up for re-inspections or people that need to get permitted, and they're not going to be able to do it because maybe they don't have the capital, maybe they're decision to do that, and they have to go out and fucking work. I know in other states right now they're pushing for, hey, let's get it. So this is part of the planning and looking ahead. How are we going to respond in that? I know other states are already trying to put something in place where they're asking the city officials or the state officials, hey, can we get some kind of grace period? Can we get some kind of leniency when it comes to these permits and licensing because of the COVID-19 and how it's affected the the economy?
Well, hopefully they'll give you 3 months, like they'll waive 3 months so you can go 3 months past the permit or give me my money back. You know what I mean?
Because people
I didn't get to use the whole year. So something like that. I'm gonna fight tooth and nail though, or just do my thing, whatever.
Right?
You know? I mean, what
temporary permits.
Yeah, something like that. They just issue one out through the mail or something. Yeah, but from what I read, it said business as usual.
Yeah.
Y'all read that?
Yeah.
It's messed up.
Yes. So
Somebody put a post.
I know I mentioned last week I have a food truck that I purchased and I'm working on it. And now I'm kind of debating when I should take it in for inspection. I'm kind of trying to work out the timeline of even if I finish it, at the end of this month, should I go in or should I just wait? Wait till everything starts looking normal. Because if
I would wait, because you see how everyone responds coming out of this, and then you still got the Matt. Yo, it's Matt.
Yo,
where you at? You down?
What up?
Everybody move. Yeah.
You pass that.
No, it's
Matt, we were talking about permits and permitting, how it's going to be affecting people that are either up for inspection or are going to be coming up for inspection, and they just don't have the capital because they've been out of work for some time. What are some things that we can possibly do? I know that in other states that they're asking the city and the state for some kind of leniency and grace period. Is that something that's crossed your mind?
The medallion thing?
Yeah.
Permitting?
Yeah.
Oh, I just got mine done, so.
Man, you're losing 3 months.
I'm up to date, but I know a couple of cats who are going back for inspection. So they gotta do it though.
Yeah.
It
is what it is.
He got a ticket for it.
Yeah. Oh yeah.
Ticket? Man, I would fight that in court.
They're giving us
tickets. You got to think about, and Frank, the inspection guy, he's been out getting people.
Oh yeah, right now.
What they're gonna do is
Frank wearing a mask right now?
Frank?
The mask and gloves.
Let him wear that. I'm surprised. Hopefully, I don't know. I haven't seen Frank yet.
You ask him next time. Write him a ticket. Citizens.
No, shit. Don't come in my truck with no mask. Nah, that's my buddy though. He probably watching.
So I'm gonna walk up right to Larry Goodman's door and just go boom, boom. Where my 3 months at? Give it back. I'm sure if you go and talk to him personally, you get
Larry might say
If not, what we really can do, believe this, it will work. A class action lawsuit comes together. You just put all the food trucks on and say, hey, do we want a year's worth of whatever free? And if it's a lot of you versus the city, I mean, that's a pretty powerful group of people. If it's just you by yourself, it ain't gonna work, man. But that's hard, like to round up all. Like Houston's weird like that, man. We need to have more of a community, you know.
Yeah,
It's funny you say that.
I've seen a lot of groups rise and fall, and
Oh, really? Damn, that sucks.
there's always like too much politics and people getting mad and ego. Who can run it better? Whose idea is it? We just kind of gave up on it after the second one.
Oh, that's horrible. Well,
Yeah.
So here's my attitude on that. Do the best that you can to run a good business and help those around you, and hopefully that just will organically build a good community. But you can't force it. That's one of the
Yeah,
things
you can't force
learned
it.
and seen. You can't force it. All you can do
That's
is
true.
be the best that you can be for you and for those around you, and hope that that's good enough.
dude, I want to run for city council, dude.
Who you
Eventually.
giving kisses to Lindsay over there?
Fuck it.
Kisses.
Yeah, man, change the laws.
Lindsay's over there giving kisses to people. Who are you giving kisses to?
My precious handsome boy from across the room.
Make sure you pull out.
You want this?
Cool.
Well, man, listen, we've been on for an hour and a half. We talked about some
Nice.
good stuff. We talked about conspiracy theories. We talked about SBA loans.
Long.
About what
Give
we're
me
doing
that
in
money.
down times. We talked about shit that
Marco's
we've seen.
dreadlocks.
I think
We love him.
we covered it all for this week, man. I appreciate you guys coming on the show. It's another
We
great
love you,
episode.
man.
Matt, where are you going to be at? You said you're going back on the road tomorrow?
Braeswood Food Truck Park.
Nice.
Yeah.
Damn.
Check 'em out.
You been out there?
What?
You been out there before?
Yeah, I did an average of 400, but I just so like my website guy decided to add this delivery thing, so it's not like Uber, it's no percentage, but there's
Sweet.
an option to prepay for the food and they come and get it. But it's the ghetto app though. It's just like it's like dot matrix style and shit. You know what I'm
Dot
saying?
Matrix.
Not dot matrix, MS DOS. I meant to say MS DOS.
So it's like
It's
line
like-
school?
It's really
like a
old
text
school
message.
looking, but the orders come in. But I've been going to park and we got people coming up to the window. We're making money. We're moving. But it's just me and my sister. So I haven't been working. I get burnt out quick. After 3 shifts like that, I'm burnt out. Like I mean, it's like $400.
Does your sister work with you full time, or does she do something else?
Man, she doesn't do the prep. She doesn't do the cleanup. She kind of does. It's like it all falls on my shoulder. But I got my buddy. He works for Ninja Ramen. He's out of work right now because I don't know. I think Chris might not be operating right now. You know, Chris Farley.
Yeah.
So I'm gonna ask him, hey, let's just make sure we do this thing full time right now. I'll hire one guy to make sure the business runs full time, but it does rely on me always being there for now. But if I can run it about, if I get burnt out quick on these trucks right now. Like it's been 8 years almost. I get burnt out quick. Like 2 shifts, I get burnt out because I'm doing from the beginning to the end. But we're adjusting, so that's but we just have to be safe about it. But we need more trucks out there. So many. Let me ask you, how come you decided not to operate?
Who, me?
Yeah, for the safety of the family, or
So my thought is this: you have the media telling people to stay home and not go out. So that's one.
okay.
2 is no one's fucking working. There's no money to
They
spend.
still spending money on food though. That's the crazy shit.
Yes, yeah,
But-
but it's not. It's maybe
not.
30%. Maybe it's 30% of what it normally is.
Yeah.
Yeah.
You know.
I mean, yeah, I'm very excited about $420 shifts, guys.
So,
Okay.
and- right.
Like,
So
it's
I'll
just like
give you an example. And these are real numbers. Houston has 4 million, 4 point something million people in Houston. And the average person used to eat out 4 or 5 times a week, and they used to spend anywhere between $12 to $18 a person.
Yes.
I was one of those people. As a family, we would eat out a lot.
Yeah.
Ask me how many times I've eaten out in the last 3 weeks.
Oh, once.
4 times.
Once.
Not once. Not
Once, right?
not
I
once.
went once orders ago myself.
Not once. Because it's you know, it doesn't make any sense. I mean, it's a tough. So it's a tough rope to walk, right? And I tell my guys, you know, I know we want to go out, and I, you know, paying my employees and stuff like that is a very tight rope.
Do they want to work?
They do, and I find stuff for them to do. But you know,
Come on, Moody.
we have these, and we can talk about that off air. But yeah, for sure. But it's one of those tight ropes that you have to walk, and it's like, you know, is the value there? Is it worth not only
Exactly. Is it worth it?
But is it worth perhaps contracting something and then
No.
being something else? And so that's one that played about that played a chunk of it. Now you asked me a question specifically. The other side of that is my wife's pregnant.
Oh yeah, that's right.
And
Don't
the
mess around, bro. Don't mess around.
so and the baby's home, and she's like, "Nah, you're staying at home. You're helping me with baby girl, and you're not bringing shit home to me neither." So
I gotta figure that part out.
So that was another huge part of it. You know, if I was single and you know, it might be a different story.
Yeah.
Who knows? But you know, I'm playing the cards I'm dealt. And when Mama says, you know, stay your ass at home, I'm staying my ass at home.
Yeah, stay at home. Yeah, good idea, man.
So,
You don't have a driver, do you?
huh? I do, and like last week I had them out, but again, if it ain't popping, why am I gonna send them out for?
You're right.
You
For
know,
what?
Well,
It makes no sense.
I think you can build a following out at Braeswood. I just don't have anyone to get do it with us. It's me and Caitlin spot so far, but
Or an apartment complex. Maybe you could put
Yeah,
the word
that's
out to one of them. Say, hey, we have $10 meals or a $12 meal, and then just put them in lunch bags and just pass them
but
out.
it's not. Also,
But,
it's
it
not
wouldn't work.
it's not even the money, bro. It's the perception. Right now, people are just like look. You know how I know my theory is correct. In my eyes, how I justify this is how I justify my decision. Every day I hear the news about the fucking
coronavirus.
I hear the news about supermarkets and the shelves being empty. That lets me know people are buying everything so they can cook at home
That makes sense.
and not have to go out.
Yeah.
So that's my thought process. That's how I justify. Trust me, brother. Trust me.
I got you. No, I believe you.
Streets. I want to be doing what we do.
Right.
And I try to stay as positive as I can be, but you also have to be realistic and try to be strategic about it, because you guys know just as well as I do that if you don't make a certain dollar to break even,
Right.
what are you doing? You're losing.
Exactly.
So why am I going to go out to lose money and put my health and the health of my team at risk?
You lose twice.
When everything is telling me, stay your ass at home. So again, trust me, I want to be out. We need
That's
to.
why I wish they had just locked the shit down. For 2
Yeah,
weeks.
I agree. 1,000%.
That would be awesome.
It's just don't allow HEB, don't allow Home Depot. Like, who cares?
Right.
Just shut it
I
down.
agree.
Shut all the
I
gas
agree.
stations
Lock
down.
it down for 2 weeks. 1,000%. So we can get back to doing what we do.
Yeah, but why don't they? I don't understand why they're not doing it in America. But what can we?
Well, once again, those pesky
But
constitutional.
that's what heats me up, though.
Just damn
needs those things?
constitutional
Fuck
rights.
that shit. This is
Yeah,
our
forget
lives.
that, man.
They fuck everything up for everybody.
What y'all feel when Trump has his talks? Don't you
Oh,
feel
that
when,
motherfucker.
Don't y'all feel like we're listening to a fucking idiot? Like he's like,
Yeah.
Yeah, that guy's weird.
Yeah.
he's a rambler.
Oh yeah, for sure.
He's a rambler and he's a liar. Like, oh, we got something. What do you call it? Those little, what do you call it? Respiratory thingy or whatever.
Yeah.
Oh
We got that many, but
we don't.
Man. I can't listen to that. That gives me anxiety. Okay, listening to Trump.
Listen, yeah, look. So a lot of people always confuse my position against the left as being a Trump supporter.
That's horribly wrong.
Right. I've never been a Trump supporter, but I have been anti-left because
I'm anti-left too.
Right. I'm anti-left because they're not. I'm anti-left because listen. I grew up in a Democratic household.
Me too.
I voted Democratic for
I
the
have.
majority of my life. I voted for President Obama the first term, and then I just got tired of the bullshit. And so I'm not. I'm anti-left right now, or I'm anti.
They're nuts. They're crazy.
Right. So people assume that I'm a Trump supporter, but here's the deal, man. I turn on that fucking TV and I'm just like, fuck, man.
Yeah. But that TV is also done by design, so it's all lefty stuff too, though.
Yeah.
You know. But you can't fake what he says. That guy's fucking nuts, dude.
The thing that drove me nuts, like the thing that really was when he was up there. When he was up there, and that one lady, I forget who she was, she coughed.
Oh,
I had a
blinker? Slight fever this morning. And he just fucking backs out. That shit was hilarious.
He's like, oh,
I was like, how is he gonna do that?
That's just hilarious. What are you doing? Well, you're chilling there, and then your one of your associates goes, "I had a slight fever this morning." Oh hell no! We'd be out the door, bro.
That was like, wow.
That shit was funny to me, bro.
That wasn't scripted, okay?
No, at all.
That was like internet trolling, bro.
Like, you saw the lady who blinked, like,
yeah.
That's not the same.
It's a shit show. It's a fucking shit show. It really is.
Yeah, it's crazy, right?
No.
Hey, and these are the leaders of our fucking country.
Yeah.
I wonder what the other.
But that's why it's hard. That's why it's hard not to entertain all the conspiracy theories, right?
Yeah.
Because you're like, oh, there's no way none of that shit could happen. But then you turn on the TV and you see the fucking United States of the president fucking acting a damn fool on TV.
Yeah.
And you're like, oh, shit. The world is shut down. Donald Trump's the fucking president. Who knows? Maybe these motherfuckers are trying to fucking kill us with this 5G. There's no fucking rhyme or reason to the bullshit anymore.
Hopefully, The Rock will run next.
I think he was, huh?
If The Rock runs, I'm voting for that fool.
Yeah.
Yeah, just get some strong arm guy up in there.
Oh man. What's up, Lena? Oh man.
Wait, what's that? Oh.
That's the President Camacho.
Ah, yes.
From
Herbert Mountain Dew Camacho. Hell yeah, that'd be fucking lit, dude. That shit would be crazy. But hey, you know what, Marco? You probably ain't wrong. If Trump could be the president now, anyone can, bro. It's insane. It's some WWF superstar.
You think Exotic Joe can do it?
Who's that?
Exotic Joe.
Oh shit!
Free him in front of them.
We're gonna talk about that next week. We're gonna talk about the Tiger King, and we're also gonna talk about WrestleMania being fucking aired without any fucking audience in the fucking thing. That's fucking ridiculous.
Oh, they're doing that?
Well, did you watch the St. Patrick's Day videos?
Sick.
No.
Murphy,
that's gonna be
where
whack.
Dropkick Murphy played a concert like nobody.
Nobody. That's ridiculous. So we'll talk about that next week. Listen, man, it's been a great having you guys on. Salzo from Hot Rod Pops and Matt. Matt's gonna be out. Matt's gonna be out at Grayswood Food Truck tomorrow, man.
Go check them out.
And, y'all go out and support if you guys are out there. H-Town, we love y'all. Stay safe. Stay inside. Wash your hands.
Wash your goddamn
Wash
butt.
those.
Wash your goddamn hands. And we'll see y'all next week. It's your boy Manny Fresh from What You Craving, along with Miss
Lindsay from
All
the
right,
West
y'all.
and
Stay
Mr.
safe.
Marco Walker.
Buenas noches, amigos, amigas.
It's a wrap, y'all. We'll see y'all next week. H-Town, baby.
Cool.
Sound bites.
Later.
We'll catch y'all.
Bye.
All right, hang out.
All right.
Peace
5,
out.
4, 3, 2, 1.